Welcome guys, welcome friends, welcome to another video. Let's today I just want to have another casual chat on the housing situation right now in Canada. And this video, I would like to address the people who are planning to come to Canada or in the process of coming to Canada or thinking about coming to Canada. And also just to give you a little background on myself, I came from Australia and moved to Canada, so I could probably give you guys a little comparison. Australian housing situation right now versus Canadian housing situation. I have one video in my channel which is pretty much discuss about the differences between Toronto and Sydney. Obviously, one big disclaimer is I haven't lived in entire Australia or entire Canada. So I lived in Sydney, and right now I'm living in Mississauga, which is, you can call it a Toronto area, a greater Toronto area, GTA. So I would give you guys my own take on this, and you guys can do your own due diligence, own research, and own findings before you come to Canada. But the important piece that I would like to actually address in here is just be ready before you come in. Let me actually explain this, right? So many of us, when we move to a different country, we get super excited. We think, it's the big part is to actually get the visa, get everything sorted out, and that's it. And the moment I buy the plane ticket, that means my journey is all done, and I'm going to a new country, and it's all happy, and everything is fine and exciting, and so on and so forth. But what I would like to address and emphasize in this video is that you guys need to understand before you come in. You need to understand, especially the housing situation, right? Especially because when you'll be coming in a new country, you might get Airbnb for a week or 2 weeks maximum, right? And then you have to move to somewhere permanent especially with family. So today I want to discuss about the housing situation, right? The rental market, especially means if you come into Canada for an example, what's the situation? How quickly you can get the rental rental property, and what are the process and so on and so forth. So let me give you another piece of information about myself. So I lived in Canada from 2017 to 2019. So which is pre-pandemic. So the reason I'm mentioning this, so that I can give you guys a little bit of a background from pre-COVID time, and also during the pandemic, as we still are in the pandemic. So before and after, let's put it in that way, right? So when you come to Canada, you need to, first of all, I would probably recommend you to come. If you have a family or friends, that's a different discussion. I don't want to discuss on that because you know what to do, at least in the very beginning. If you're brand new into a country and you have nobody in here, so obviously the first thing you need to do is you need to find a short-term place, which is Airbnb in this case, right? There might be some other companies as well who would offer this, but let's talk about Airbnb right now. So you stay for 1 week, for 2 weeks, right? Maybe in some cases a month if it's cheaper, and if you get a good deal. And after that, you need to find your own place. So meanwhile, as you're staying in Airbnb, you have to come up with a super action plan to tackle many things, right? So apply to your SIN number, apply for your SIN number, get your SIM card, get your health card. All of this admin work, and I'm mainly talking about people who apply for PR, say for example, right? For students, it may be a little bit different because you might get student accommodation. One of the main factors should be your finding a house, finding a place to stay, right? Considering you coming with the family. If you by yourself, then obviously there are many shared accommodation that you can probably rent a room in a big property. You can rent a room, and fairly easy to find those. There's a website called Kijiji. I'll put a link in my video description, and you guys can go and have a look. It's literally like eBay or Amazon, right? But it's a what do you call this? It's a marketplace, and you can buy and sell many things. including your properties, rentals, and so on and so forth. So you go to a website called rental.ca, I believe. I'll put the link down below, right? So that's the main primary source of primary platform of finding an accommodation, right? So when you go there, you need to put your filters. Okay, this is my rent range, this many bedroom I want, this many bathroom I want, and so on and so forth, and then you will get the list, of course, based on the area that you would like to stay. And then you would be seeing, you will see the agents number, right? You cannot rent by yourself. Mostly, if it's only you can do that on Kijiji. If I own a place and I want to rent directly without any agents, you can do that on Kijiji. But formally, right? Formally, it happens through agents. So the buyer's side will be having an agent, the seller side will be having an agent, right? So you would be from the buyer's side. So you'll have an agent. You'll see their photos, you'll see their phone address, and which company they work for, like Century 21. What else we have, Remax, and so on and so forth. So contact them. My advice is contact as many as you can. Talk to them thoroughly. Go, if you want to go visit their office, meet in person, go for it. Understand that person is legit and can definitely help you. So find a person and go to I think they're called showings, right? So go to showings means literally you need to go with them to whatever property. Say for example, you select 5 or 6 properties, you go see, literally physically go and visit those properties, and then you can sign a deal with the owner, right? Now this is very generic information I've just given you. This was the case for me before pandemic, right? When I came to Canada before pandemic. So as I said, 2017 was very easy for me. I stayed in Airbnb for I think 10 days, and then I found a place right away. Okay, and also you need to bear in mind you need to pay some advance, because I'm assuming that whoever you guys watching this video, you guys are would be brand new in Canada, so you need to pay some advance. Keep that in mind. So how the advance works is I believe in some cases the first month, normally the rental is actually for 12 months. So you have to pay right away the first month and the last 2 months, or the first 2 months and the last 1 month, right? Mainly, if everything is okay with your contractor, with your profile, right? So this was the case before pandemic. You need to write a check. After pandemic, so this time when I came to 2021, literally in like 2 months ago, the situation is very different, right? Very high demand, but only few supplies you'll see in here, in especially in the GTA area, Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Scarborough, these type of areas, right? Where the hot areas. The reason is, what's the reason? The reason is Canada is accepting a lot of people from different countries as immigrants, right? As we all know. So at the same time, there's a huge crisis of housing. There's a huge crisis of places, right? Your houses. The place that I live in downtown Mississauga. It's like one of the prime, one of the like super hot area. And if I look around, like in 2 years, there are many high-rise buildings. Still, it's very, very difficult to find a place. Okay, extremely difficult. The price has gone up significantly. Okay, 2-bedroom, smaller apartment. If I just compare, my 2 years ago experience, probably was say $2,000, right, in this prime area. Right now, you can't even imagine anything below 2,400. So this is the situation, right now. So what's happening? So now your question is, okay, fine, but what is happening? What's the main issue in here? The main challenge is now the seller side has the higher buying power, right? What I mean by that is, they have the higher bargaining power. So what they're doing is they know, for one particular rental property, there will be multiple applications coming through. So they have now the ability or the flexibility to ask for more money in terms of advance. Right now, it's 8 months advance, well, 12 months advance in some cases. If you don't have a job, if you don't have any credit score against your name, you might need to pay 12 months, like a whole year worth of rent in advance. Or in some cases, if the person is very nice and kind, maybe you need to pay 8 months in advance. So please keep this in mind. I hope you guys will watch the video full and make some thoughtful decision. Before you come in, you gotta make sure you bring some cash, you bring some money, okay? Because not everybody would be able to splash that amount of money right away from the very beginning. Assuming you're coming to Canada very new, pretty much fresh, never came here before, so therefore you will not probably have a job, so in those cases the homeowners normally ask for 6 months, 8 months in advance, in some cases even 12 months advance. Now, okay, Yasir, what is the solution? The solution is, look, in the very beginning, I'm going to be very honest in here. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing at all. So 2 things you need to do. One is you need to bring lots of cash right away, okay? Or you need to make sure that you have cash, you have the backup. When you come in Canada, you bring whatever the max amount you can bring. And then after that, once you sort of, come into Canada, then you can start transferring. Once you open the bank account, you can start transferring money from your country. Point number 2, in terms of solution, is I would recommend you to start, acknowledging the fact that your lifestyle might not be as same as the way it is right now at your home country. Okay, so what I mean by that is, some cases, people actually rent their basement. So it's a duplex house. It's a semi-detached townhouse, say for example, and there's a basement, right? So normally people, what they do is they rent the basement separately. Why? Because it's cheaper. It's less hassle to rent, and so maybe you can try that as well. Maybe in your entire life you've never lived in basement, right? In some people, I know some people get very offended when they hear that they need to live, they need to come to a different country, but they need to live in a basement of somebody else's house. But when I say basement, it's not bad at all, to be honest. It's very nice. You can go and have a look in, like I said, the rental.ca or in Kijiji. You can go and have a look at basement rentals, and in some cases you will find some good renovated, even 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1 kitchen, 1 living area. Only problem is you living underneath somebody, right, in the basement. You cannot call that as your own home, literally, right? So some people can be very offended, but all I'm saying is that just be ready, right? 3-4 years, the way it was 3-4 years ago, it's not the same story right now. So please be prepared. I understand it's a lot of excitement, it's a lot of hard journeys for you guys, but at the same time, I think you guys need to understand the reality. Don't take my commentaries and my thought as from a negative perspective. All I'm trying to do is trying to make sure I convey the message to you guys from a realistic perspective, just so that you guys can be very ready. Okay, so that's all for now. I would be talking about a lot more other things as well, especially on the what are the things that you need to do once you come to Canada, right? As I said, how to open up a SIN number, what to do, your Medicare, your health, your bank account and things like that. So just these are the things that you need to do right away. Pretty much when you come to Canada, you need to do right away, right? So I will discuss those in the following videos, and till then, stay safe, and like I always say, do your own research, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. If you see anybody else ask me any questions, if you have a better answer, please drop that so that we can help each other. And stay safe and stay well. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next video.